Hello, my name is Allison Carmen, and welcome to my podcast, 10 Minutes to Less Suffering. And the name of today's podcast is Do You Let Things Diminish You? And this idea has been on my mind lately. I listened to a talk by Guy Finley, and he was talking a lot about this concept that there are things in the outside world that happen to us every day. We age, we could lose a job, we could have a breakup, someone could hurt our feelings. And because our identity is wrapped up in so many things that happen in the outside world, that these experiences diminish how we see ourselves. They diminish our courage. They diminish our self-worth. And as these experiences diminish us, we become less of who we truly are. And I so get this idea because all of society is constantly focusing on how we look, the success we have, and we see certain people have more power in society because of their money, their fame. And it can make us think less of ourselves. It can make us feel like we can't have the life that we want, or we're not worthy, or something is missing inside of us. And then we diminish ourselves. And we could argue that the world is diminishing us. But the truth is, everything starts from the inside. And our life's purpose and our path and our true power is truly the only thing that's connected to the infinite, to the one, to what cannot be changed. Now, we might choose to put the cloud over it. We might choose to cover it. We might choose to push it away and focus more on the outside world and create an identity based on that. But as many of us know, these things come and go. And if we're going to find a steadiness for our lives, we're going to find a constant love, a constant beauty, a constant potential, a constant connection to infinite possibilities. We have to make a conscious choice every day to disconnect our value and our love and our truth from the events that happen in the outside world. And there are many things that could happen in our lives that make us feel diminished. And for me, my husband left one day. He married a younger woman. He had a baby. He has a dog. He's telling the world he's happy, he's wealthy, he's successful. And that's a very easy story for me to tell, that I am a middle-aged woman who's diminished. And there are so many signs in the outside world along the way that would tell me that. But very early on, even though I felt the pain, even though I felt my life falling apart, even though I looked at the outside world and I said, how am I going to make it? It was the choice to not be diminished that I held on to. Did I feel it every day? No, but that ultimate choice of refusing to be less than within myself. And I know some of you might feel it, that you have a friend that's more successful. You see the outer workings of what's going on in the world today. You see how society might celebrate youth more than aging. Whatever you're feeling in this moment, if it is making you feel less than, if it is diminishing you on any level, then you have moved away from the divine within you. You have moved away from your heart. You have moved away from your path and your purpose. Things in the outside world will always come and go. That is the nature of life. And if our identity is attached to any of these things, then we will come and go within ourselves. But if we know within ourselves our infinite nature, our path, our potential, and our right to be here, then even though we're going to have feelings and hurt and pain from things that happen, from losses that we have, if we don't diminish ourselves, if we are able to hold that wholeness within, we will rise up again. And it doesn't mean that we could predict what the outside circumstances will be. And it doesn't mean that we're guaranteeing joy and success, but at least we are back on the playing field whole. And if you are everything you are supposed to be in the moment, whole, not diminished, loving yourself, looking at all your resources and getting up, trying again, and you avail yourself to uncertainty, and you know that you can't know what happens next, and because you can't know, you're on the plane of infinite possibilities, you will find your way back on your path, whatever that might be. But if we keep feeling less than because of things that are happening in the outside world, then we become that within. It doesn't mean we lose our light or potential, but we just keep pushing it away to the side. Like I said in the beginning, it's like we put the covers over it and we turn our view to a shorter view, a lower view, a lesser version of ourselves. And we all know what this feels like on the day that we feel hurt and disappointed. On the day we watch too much social media, on the day we watch someone else succeed, on the day we don't get what we wanted, or a day that we feel lonely or alone, or we don't have enough money, or we don't have enough friends, or we don't feel enough love. If we could breathe in within ourselves and know that this is part of the human experience. But a feeling can pass like a cloud, but a feeling could be a flower on a tree, but it is not the root. You are the root. You are the constant. And the more you could look within yourself and look at the beautiful garden that exists within and nurture that and feel your feelings, of course, but know that you have a path because you are here, and not resist the life that's in front of you. For whatever the reason, you look at what happened and say, this is what was supposed to happen because it did. Where am I within this? What do I need to learn? How can I shore up how I see myself and go back to a feeling of strength and love and empowerment? What is my heart telling me to do? How do I begin again? I am not saying that it's easy, because there are things that happen in our lives that we just don't like, that devastate us. I get this, that make us fall apart, but it doesn't mean we're still not whole. And it doesn't mean we're still not worthy. And it doesn't mean you can't find your way back on your path that you are meant to be on, that you are worthy to be on. So the purpose of this particular podcast is to have you separate yourself from the outside world, to create a sense of self, a sense of knowing, a sense of wholeness, a sense of love that's willing to experience the moment for what it is without connecting to your inner world, making you feel less, that you stay in a place of empowerment and love and harmony within yourself, even when you're having feelings about it. You stay open to the moment. You say, what is this moment trying to show me? How can I embrace it? Are there parts to enjoy? Are there parts to learn? Doubling and tripling down on your life's path, on what you believe to be true for yourself, what you desire, at the same time embracing what is. And truly knowing that you don't know what's going to happen next. Uncertainty really is your best friend, because life can change, but you, again, need to stay on that playing field, not diminished. You deserve this beautiful life that you think about, that you desire. And might it turn out differently? Yes. But then look, what is happening? What am I experiencing? What is life trying to show me? And what is my path from this point forward? You are whole. You were born whole. And we are the only one that breaks off pieces of ourselves because we want the outside world to give us what we believe we don't have. But what if we decide to stay whole at all times, even through the feelings, even through the disappointment? What happens then? What is our internal experience? What does our life look like? How much more open-hearted can we be? And what decisions do we make if we come from a place of empowerment instead of feeling diminished? I truly believe that our inside world will dictate our outside world, or at least our experience. I truly believe you have what it takes to pursue your dreams, to achieve beautiful things. And most of all, I believe you have what it takes to love yourself, to feel whole, and to know that maybe you're exactly who you are supposed to be in this moment. And there's so much more in front of you. If you could turn the light on within and believe that the life you are seeking is also seeking you. Thank you for listening to this podcast today. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you could email me at allison@allisoncarmen.com. If you'd like to read my books, The Gift of Maybe, A Year Without Men, Maybe Everything's Okay, A Parent's Guide to Less Stress and Worry. They're available at all major bookstores and online retailers. If you'd like to purchase my Maybe cards or my Maybe journal, they're available on Amazon and Etsy and my Stand store. But most of all, if you like this podcast, I hope you subscribe and leave a comment.